Something we just recently learned from Marvel Studios is the fact that when they were developing Loki, up until very late in production, they never intended to use He Who Remains, a Kang variant, as the main villain of the series. We have been finding out a lot of stuff in regards to Loki and what exactly happened during its development, how the show changed, some of the ideas that were saved for season 2, for example, and shifts around, well, pretty much everything in terms of what the MCU was doing. One interesting thing that we just recently saw pop up was the fact that when they were developing season 1, He Who Remains, the mystery of that character, was kept a mystery to pretty much everybody because nobody knew who this was going to be. And Marvel Studios was playing with the idea with all sorts of other Marvel characters, including very obscure ones. And it was very late in the game, after already casting Jonathan Majors and having him announced as Kang, that they realized that maybe they could tie Loki more into this by having Jonathan Majors play a variant. And then He Who Remains was officially made a Kang variant, and they changed around the structure and flow of the series into what we got in the end. Honestly, this all kind of tracks if you really pay attention to the development of the series, especially if you look at those season 1 concept arts that we got very early on when the series was announced. Most people have taken note of it, and we discussed this in all of our audio commentaries for season 2. Season 2 has more in common with that concept art than season 1. And obviously something did change, and I know that we talked about this way back when season 1 came out, but they went through some pretty significant rewrites in terms of what the story was and who they added, and Sylvie, aka the Enchantress, was changed around substantially in the approach of what they were doing with the character, as they originally wanted the character to just be more like, well, Enchantress, not this like variant of Loki from a different time. So you can tell that there was definitely a lot of changes being made on the fly, and somehow Loki keeps being the one that avoids all the problems that have plagued every other Marvel series with the same issues. So very, very interesting to know that Loki could have been completely different, and who knows who, well, that Kang or Who He Remains could have turned out to be in the original ideas.